Welcome back to another presidential debate on cycling. We've got my two very lovely guests, JD and Uncle.
Now I'm uncle now.
guys, it's a public HDB. We want to keep it down, okay?
Okay.
We have a lot of audience already. Someone already recognized me in the first episode. So if you guys like the first episode, we are moving on to the second one. So today's topic is what's a good bike? It's very subjective. It's very vague. What's a good bike? Okay, I'll just leave it there. It's up to interpretation. Right? Okay, yeah. What's a good bike and what's a good starting price for someone who wants to get into cycling? Yeah. Let's start with the first one. What's a good starting price? So let's just take turns. Okay, so we'll start. Caleb, what was your first bike and how much did you pay for it?
Okay, my first bike, because I don't know if I will enjoy cycling, so what I did was I buy the cheapest bike I could find, which is a $300 bike. It's a China bike. Then I end up spending more than what I paid for. I think I spent about $800 on upgrades.
How long was this? How long ago was this?
I think I used it about 3 months only. Then I sold it already. Then I got a more expensive one, but still a mountain bike. I got a carbon mountain bike, which is about 2+. Then after like 8 months,
man, you're panting, man. Sorry. I can hear him panting in my ears. Okay.
It's like after 8 months, that's when I went into road cycling, because I realized that I ride more on the road rather than on trails. Yeah.
So what? About $1,000 you paid, including upgrades, on the first bike.
The first bike $800, upgrades only, not the total cost of the bike.
Okay.
Then the mountain bike is not so many upgrades. I just bought a clipless pedal, and that's it. Because the bike is nice overall.
Okay, so that's the introduction for your answer to that topic. So now JD, over to you.
Well, I started riding on a mountain bike just like you. It was my ex-girlfriend's mountain bike. She was in China, and I asked her, could I borrow it? And she said yeah. So I rode that thing, and that was free. So then I was like, okay. I went to Decathlon because my coach recommended it. And I remember on the way there, we were joking about Ultegra Durace, but I mean, I went there, I bought the Van Riesel for $1,500, 105 group set, and just got the geometry, and that got me started. And so my answer is very simple, under $2,000.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my answer.
Okay, so to answer the question for those who are viewing, what should be a good starting price for them, and what kind of bike can they get in group set? We'll start with Caleb again.
Yeah, so I'll break it down into two categories. First one is mountain bike. So I think for newbies, let's say if you're not really cycling at all, you want to get into cycling, you may want to go with mountain bike first, because mountain bike is the easiest to ride on. You can ride on any terrain. You can ride a PCN, whatever. You can go over potholes, no problem. I suggest you buy first a cheap one like I did, to test it out first. But don't upgrade. You just ride it first, because you have to get used to cycling first. Then when you feel that I enjoy this, then you go for the more expensive one. Because for me, you need to buy a good quality bike in order to enjoy the sport. If you buy the cheap one, it's just for, let's say you go grocery, you buy something, it's okay. But if you want to, enjoy it, go on trails or what, for mountain bike, then you buy a more quality one. Road cycling is different. For me, for cycling, right, you have to start with mountain bike first.
Okay, can I cut you there? And I think to address the question is, what if someone who knows that they are going to get into cycling?
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's say if you want to get serious, right, you have to choose as well. If you want to go the mountain bike route or the road cycling route, it's totally different.
Road cycling, man. This channel's about road cycling.
Yes. So since we're road cyclists, right? If you want to get into road cycling, you have to. What's a good starting point?
5,000. Why are you laughing, man? Prices are expensive now.
Yeah, because right now my first bike, which is a Colnago as well, I bought it about 4+. So now I think bike shops they're selling like a full bike cheaper compared to when you break it down per component, then you build it up. It's more expensive because they need to sell, right?
Okay, so quickly summarize price and which bike, which bike and which group set.
I think 4 or 5 would be a good starting price
4,000 to 5,000
for a
Singapore
road
dollars.
bike. Yeah, 4 to 5 would be a good, because it will have 105, at least 105 group set mechanical.
Okay, which brand are we looking at?
You can go either, because my Colnago cost about 4.8 before. Now it's about 6K. So probably Merida would be a good brand to start with. Giant, okay, but probably not 105. I think for that price you get much lower, like Tiagra, I think.
Actually, let's ask the guy who is behind the camera. How much do you pay for your Giant?
2.3.
2.3K for Tiagra.
Tiagra carbon frame, carbon.
So for $4,000 to $5,000, can I buy a Giant TCR 105?
You even can get carbon wheel set for it.
Carbon wheel set? Which one? Giant's PC
SLR or what?
You mean the carbon wheel set, is it? I think it's like SLR1.
SLR. Okay, so
Yeah,
4,000 to
not bad, not
5,000
bad.
is so 2,000 to 3,000. I think you can get a Giant TCR in Tiagra.
With Tiagra.
Okay,
yeah.
so JD, your thoughts?
Dude, let's be real. Just do what I did. Go to Decathlon, pick up a Van Riesel, $1,500, get yourself a 105 group set, aluminium frame. I know it's 11 kgs, but you're just starting out, but the geometry is there. It's not a, I don't recommend starting on a mountain bike like I did, because the position is totally different.
It's like a totally different discipline.
It's, yeah, you're in the mountains, or now we're on the road. Okay, so I suggest $1,500, under $2,000. Actually, Decathlon do a carbon. If you really want to go a little bit more, you can get the carbon, the full carbon, which is about 2,000 something. So I'll stick to my price. $2,000, under $2,000 is will get you into the sport, and you don't have to spend so much. Look at me.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. Like 2,000, you don't really have to go to 4,000 to 5,000. 2,000 just to get yourself used to holding the hoods, the brakes, the drops, and getting used to a road cycling geometry.
But here's my take on it. Okay, you buy a cheap one, right? Then of course, okay, you got used to the geometry and everything. Then the bike, the upgrade bug hits you. Then you get to spend upgrades, right? You won't think of buying a new bike. You want to upgrade components first. Then you end up spending 1,000. Aside, why spend so much when you can just buy a 4 to 5K? It's all there. It's reliable group set, everything.
I have to object on that one. Again, I'm not just not citing anyone. Because $4,000 to $5,000, it's a heavy sum to invest in the bicycle for most people.
Because that's road cycling, right?
Yes.
So that's why I told, I'm recommending you go mountain bike first. Even though it's a different discipline,
But
right?
I know I don't want to get into mountain biking.
Yeah.
I'm a fixie guy. Like I
too
want to
heavy.
Let's say fixie guy.
Mountain bike's
okay.
too heavy.
Yeah. Let's not talk about someone who's brand new into cycling. Someone who already knows that they want to get into road cycling. Yeah. Let me just
It might
clarify
be a little steep. Price might be a little steep, but if you want to really take it seriously, I won't go for that route, like 2 to 3K. It's yeah.
So
not
just
worth
go
it
straight
me.
for the 4,000 to 5,000. Get a carbon bike, good wheels, good group set. Okay. And
Let's be real, okay? The upgrade bug didn't hit me when I got Decathlon bike, okay?
I have an opinion though. If you get a shitty road bike, you might not want to ride it because it's so slow. You can't keep.
Decathlon's not a shitty bike. It comes with 105. It's fine.
How heavy
But
is
the
it?
frame is shit.
It's 11 kgs, but the geometry is there. I liked it, and it got me used to the pedals and the clipless pedals, and everything was fine. I suggest is you get the Decathlon bike, $1,500. Once you're done, I'm not talking. You don't upgrade it. You throw the bike, what I did, into the van, and you sell it on Carousel, and then you go and buy the top tier.
Oh,
bike.
here's my take on
You
it.
jump.
Let's
Boom,
say, let's say you buy 1,500 bike.
Okay.
How much you gonna sell it for? 700.
$750. That's what I did mine. You
Sorry,
chuck
half price,
it into
right?
you chuck it into the van.
Yes.
And then you look for
So
the
half
next-
price, right?
Yep.
When you buy a 4 to 5K, you can still sell it for 3.8, 3.5. You can still sell it because it's a reputable brand. Who want to buy a? I'm not saying that when you buy Decathlon it's crap, right? But based from my experience, it's really not worth it. You buy a heavy bike, 11 kg bike, Van Riesel or whatever Tri-Band, B-Twin, worse B-Twin. but it's really
You're
crap.
gonna get a lot of beacon
No.
haters, man.
You
don't
save
care.
money. Trust me. You spend 1,500, you lose what, 750, right? Half price. Okay.
Yes.
Then what you do is you don't jump mid-tier. You do what I did and jump all the way to the top. That's what you do. You start at the bottom, and you jump all the way to the top. There's no mid-tier. Okay. The 3,000, 4,000, not even in the question. Boom, boom. It's winning.
But here's another problem. Like, if you start with 750, and how do you get yourself to buy a $10,000 bike?
Yeah.
Dude. Once you ride, I run that bike for 1,000 kilometers, and I got so into it that I did so much research and YouTube videos, as you probably did as well. You want to jump, and it's smarter. It's smarter to jump all the way. When you're jumping ship, don't jump into the water. Jump onto the next
because
boat.
we're talking about experienced cyclists.
Ah.
Let's say for a fixie who came from fixie, want to go to a road bike, right? We're not talking about mountain bike or newbies, right? So it's more practical for you to go to that route, other than you buy a cheap one first, then you later on sell it, have the hassle of selling it, whether or not you will sell or what, you don't know. Then you jump into the, let's say 8,000, 9K. Then you have to do bike fit and such.
Caleb, trust me.
No point.
The Van Riesel, take my advice, buy the Van Riesel. It's so easy to sell. When I put mine up for sale, everyone was hitting me up.
You know why? Because
Why?
you put it 50 off. That's why.
It's not about the money. It's about you getting used to the bike and the geometry.
No. Yours is like, now money is no issue, right? But we're talking about from fixie. That's why people buy fixie, is cheap.
But I
No
think
group,
there are
no group
fixie
set,
that
right?
goes
No group
expensive.
set. So of course
No,
it's
I
cheap.
mean the most expensive, I think 3K for fixie. Oh, but still, it's cheaper than a road bike.
I'm sorry, I had to stick to my original point.
Okay.
Under $2,000, you shouldn't spend any more. If you don't like it, people don't want to go and try and sell a $3,000, $4,000, $5,000
No,
bike.
let's say you buy a Giant with a Ultegra or like a
It
105.
sounds very funny. You guys are convincing me. I already have a bike, by the way.
Yeah.
No. But you see,
Yeah.
you see, if you buy a 4 to 5K, you can still sell it, even if you use it about 500 kilometers, right? It will still look brand new. You can still sell it for, let's say, 4, because it's still brand new, technically.
We're not talking about resale value here. We're talking about what the price should be when new people come onto the scene. It's under $2,000.
No,
They
but
shouldn't
your
spend
case, right? You say you just buy the 2K, then you sell it, then you go to the top.
Exactly. No, 1,500 actually.
It doesn't make sense. You
Why
go
not?
for 4 to 5, right?
Why?
Road bike.
What about it? 105 is good.
Why did you buy a Madone then?
Does not bring my girlfriend into this.
See? It's contradicting himself.
I gotta interrupt here.
Doesn't make sense.
I've got another topic to top up on the same discussion. So, I'll give you a chance. 2 minutes. Just wrap up all your thoughts.
Yeah.
Go ahead first.
Okay, so for the good, let's say our case here is that experienced cyclists want to get a road bike, whether or not he came from mountain biking or what. So he wanted a road bike. Starting price 4 to 5K. That's my case. If you buy don't go Decathlon. Please save yourself. Please save yourself. Go to a reputable bike shop. I don't care what brand, but Decathlon. Please save yourself. If you want to buy Decathlon, buy the other stuff, not the bikes. I mean, for experienced cyclists, right? We're talking about spirit. For newbies, it's okay. But for experienced, you're just wasting your money. I don't want to get into the service of the bikes. No.
Okay.
I will insult a lot of people with that one. But yeah, 4 to 5K will be a good starting point. I think it will get you a 105 already. You can train on it. Don't worry about the weight. Doesn't matter. You train on it. You ride about 10K. Then when you realize you maxed out your bike, then you upgrade.
Okay.
You upgrade.
Okay. Thanks, Caleb. JD, 2 minutes. Go.
All right, cool. Actually, Caleb, I agree with you, man. Experienced cyclists. I'm talking about, see me, I was new on the scene, so I got a Decathlon. I had never ridden a road bike in my life. So yes, if you've never ridden a road bike in your life, go to Decathlon.
Yes.
It'll get you set up. But as you said, if for experienced riders, I think you should go to a mid-tier. And we're talking about Giant, we're talking about 4 to 5 grand. Exactly, I agree, I can't disagree with you there. But maybe I heard wrong, but I thought the original question was about new people coming into the scene. And if it's new, under 2,000, experienced, 4 to 5. I agree with you.
Yeah.
And And I don't believe in upgrades. I believe in just jumping, because you want to get the best frame. Just jump to the best frame and then do your upgrading
The
of
frame
components.
is the most important.
Correct, because that's the one thing you can't upgrade. Okay? Don't buy a Decathlon bike or $4 to $5 grand bike and start upgrading that. No. Buy the top tier carbon frame you can get, then upgrade. But overall, yes, new people, under $2 grand, experienced riders, 4 to 5.
Starting point.
Yeah,
so
starting
maybe
point,
it's
yeah.
my fault for not clarifying the topic for debate today. So do we have an agreement?
Yeah.
There
yeah.
you go.
Okay,
No.
gentlemen's agreement.
Thank you.
Okay, so now we'll move on the same topic. Let me give you a scenario. I am a new cyclist. I bought a giant TCR. Actually, I'm using our friend here who is behind the camera. I'm using his example. Okay, he has a giant TCR. He bought it for 2005. It comes with Tiagra group set and shitty wheels, aluminium wheels. He's riding with us. He can't keep up. What should he do next? Should he upgrade his components or should he get a whole new bike? So let's switch it around. Let's let JD start first.
All right, I think Tiagra, I think the minimum should be 105.
What's the difference?
Shifting performance.
Have you tried both?
No, but it's like me. I don't want to be homeless. I just think Tiagra is just a bit too low tier. I think, in my opinion, 105 is the minimum when it comes to Shimano. I'm not sure about SRAM. Obviously, I think it's not just the frame, but I think the wheels play a big part. Chuck on some 50mm carbon wheels. Get yourself some Chinese OEM, like get yourself some what's that?
Hyper.
It's not OEM, man.
Yeah, get yourself some Hyper wheels for 1,000. The wheels will make a big difference, not just the rolling, but also like everything. And then, of course, as you know, work on your position, aero position.
We'll save that for another day.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so you are of the opinion of upgrading components rather than getting a whole new bike.
Group set. I think you should at least get a 105 group set. Shifting performance will be a lot better. And I think if you wanted to upgrade anything, should be the wheels.
Okay.
Yep.
So components then.
Yep.
Okay, look.
Yeah, I think.
By the
I
way,
think-
you guys don't have to disagree. It's just your own opinion.
I think based from what JD said about Tiagra, right? The only difference between 105 and Tiagra, because that's the next step. Tiagra, you have Sora, right? Sora, Tiagra, and then 105. So the difference between the two is the speed. So 105 is 11 speed. Not sure about Tiagra, 9 speed,
How many speeds?
10 speed.
10 speeds.
10, okay.
So
Does it go to 11 or just starts at 10? Okay.
So it's limited gear ratios. That's about it. So, but that doesn't mean that it will hinder you to go fast. Again, as I've said, if you want to upgrade your legs.
Okay, stop. Do you want to make a cameo on my show? Come. We've got a special guest. This guy, you might have seen him before. I'll give him the mic. So you have a giant TCR and you are riding on Tiagra.
Yeah.
And this bike belongs to you now. This is SL7 behind me. Okay. Let's not talk about SL7.
Why?
So to answer their question, because you've ridden Tiagra, right? And you asked me that question: should I upgrade the whole bike or should I change the components? So,
Yeah.
what's the message to people there? Should they upgrade the whole bike or get different components?
So today's topic, because what constitutes a good bike, I think it's very subjective. You just play around with what you can afford. Actually, that's my opinion. So I started off with Tiagra 10 speed TCR, and my opinion to it is because it suits my budget. And yeah, I've been riding for about 13 months on that bike, and I couldn't keep up. So the debate to myself is whether for group set or wheel set. But if group set and wheel set, it's going to come to be about 3,000. Then your concern will be, is the frame worth it? And all this ethical purchasing dilemma, I actually held back and I just went for the top spec, like what JD mentioned earlier. Just go for the highest spec possible lah. Again, within the budget that you are able to afford lah. So yeah, that's my route. So again, if you ask me back, what constitutes a good bike is actually what you can afford lah. Just play around with it on budget.
Thank you.
You put that so beautifully, and I think we're going to be good friends.
Okay. So let's get back to the main agenda.
Yeah.
So looks like we have an agreement, right? So upgrade components.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think I agree with you. From a road cyclist, from a serious road cyclist, minimum is 105. Really, because it's like a future-proof in a way.
It's reliable.
Reliable is a workhorse, really. Tiagra, you have limited gear ratios. You might be, not enough. It might be not enough for climbs. But I think the smallest tooth is 11, right, for Tiagra. Still 11, right? So you can still go fast.
Okay. Next.
Yeah,
Anything
but
you want to top up?
Sorry, most people are not going to be going 11 too fast, right? Most people are going to be on the so it's great to have a transition between gears where it's much smaller difference. It's good for new people. So I still believe 105 11 speed is where it's at. Because Ultegra is just weight, right? The shifting performance is still pretty much the same.
Shifting between 105 and Ultegra is about the same.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So
About
that's
the
why
same.
I'm saying 105 is really where you should be starting at, and you shouldn't compromise.
As Victor mentioned, I think it's within your budget.
You just want
play
to be
around.
on the camera, right?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Oh, okay,
Oh,
sorry.
there's something
Okay,
there,
he has something to add.
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
So Tiagra mostly are compact, so you can have the chainring at 50 when you buy from the showroom. So in fact, at 50-11, you spin out at 44 kilometers an hour. So
Still
if
fast.
you're going
Yeah.
more than 40 and
Still fast.
you try to keep up with the peloton, probably that's the downside of Tiagra.
Yeah, limited.
In the context on speed and because of the group size limitation.
Thank you.
Yeah, because I'm running 52-36, right, which is standard. I'm 11-28 cassette.
Subcompact.
Ultegra, and I find that beautiful for flats.
Okay, let's move on to the next question that I have for both of you. What should be the next? Okay, you guys said 105. You should change your group set
I think group set and wheels. Yeah.
and wheels. Okay,
Yeah.
so next question is, which are the best entry level wheels?
Entry
Oh,
level.
For someone who has just started out, you don't want them to be buying Envy with Chris King, right?
Yeah, easy. Come on, it's such an easy answer in 2022. The Chinese hypers. Easy.
Do you
There's
agree?
aside from hypers, I think there's one Elite Wheels,
Oh,
which is a
The Shopee ones, is it? From China?
from
Yeah,
China
yeah.
also. But Elite Wheels, you don't underestimate Elite Wheels because it's being used by pros also.
Which Pro? You?
No. It's really used by a pro, even Philippine pro team.
let's not
They
talk about
u-
pros,
they
but
use-
yeah, I agree. They're
They
good
use
wheels.
Elite Wheels because it's light. I'm not sure about durability, but it's light.
Yeah, I agree with Caleb. Elite wheels, I've done my research. They're good. Hypers are good. We're so lucky to be now where China is putting out such good quality wheels
Because they're
and a good
pushing,
price.
they're very
Yeah.
competitive. Yeah,
So now you don't have to look for those mainstream brands. Just if you're just starting out, get the hypers, get the
Yeah.
elite. You're gonna have a great time on them.
yeah.
How much are those going for?
1,000?
Hyper is 1.5, around 1.5 SGD. Elite Wheels are I think 1.2 or below.
I would have to object though. I think if you're running on Tiagra, upgrading to a deep section not really deep section, a 30-40 mil carbon wheels will make more difference than upgrading the group set from Tiagra to 105.
I agree with you, right? I mean, if you're using Tiagra, no point in upgrading your wheel set. If you want to upgrade your group set first.
No, I think that you should upgrade your wheel set even though you're running Tiagra for a performance benefit. In terms of going faster, I don't think from Tiagra to 105 it make you any faster. It's just the shifting feels good and maybe the weight. But I think you will roll faster and better with wheel set. That's my opinion. What do you think?
For wheel set, it's quite subjective for me. I mean, we have this stereotype, right? The deeper dish wheels can maintain speed, right? I mean, in a certain extent, it's true. I've used 65 mm. Okay, I can probably maintain. But when I switch to 45, it's still the same. I feel no difference really, to be honest. And it's lighter, right? Supposed to be you can go faster, but it's still the same.
I'm
It's
sorry,
just
but I felt a difference. I was on 50 millimeter. I went to 60-65 Princeton, right? And I felt an immediate difference. I felt more of a whooshing effect. And it's if you get yourself some carbon wheels, that's already 10-20 watts.
Yeah, I agree with
advantage.
you. I mean, the deeper the
The wheel
the
depth.
wheel depth can maintain higher speed comfortably, right? Less watts
And
used.
lighter.
Depends on the model.
Okay.
But from my standpoint, I used Hyper 65, then I switched to a 45, which is 100 grams lighter. Still the same experience. The only benefit I got for a 45 is a crosswind. When there's a crosswind, I don't feel it.
But Caleb, you would feel it. Like for me, I go 40. I can go up to 45, 48, where the aero benefit will be more of a major factor.
I guess the position plays a big
Right.
factor.
I'm just saying
around that
it's
speed.
basic
Yeah.
aerodynamics that the deeper the wheel, the more aero it is.
Yeah, it's
Right?
true. Yeah, to a certain extent. But
yeah.
I'm saying from my experience, I don't feel a difference.
Right. Because if you're drafting someone, you're doing 40% less effort, right? But I do think it's just a fact. Deeper the whale, the more error.
But I'm not basing it on drafting someone. I'm basing it when I'm pulling.
Okay. You're
No
a good puller.
difference.
You're a good puller, I have to say.
No, pulling my fats only. Pulling my pants up.
Okay, let's just end it here. We have one more episode that we'll talk about. So, gentlemen's agreement.
Hey, yo, you know, let's do, do.
How do?
Oh
my
yeah,
god! I'm not used to it.
Hey, respect for Caleb.
Thank you guys for your opinion. This is episode number 2. Do suggest what you guys want these two guys to talk about in the comments. Do you agree with what they have just mentioned? Mention what you guys want to talk about in the comments for us to discuss, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.